situation.
When you got to the hospital,
I'm such a dick.
Tell me about. So
I'm not though. It's just funny because I think Flop would just be
tell me
pissed about the
what happened after
situation.
the explosion.
After the explosion, the two officers and I were all, on the floor, injured. I'm unaware of the extent to the officers' injuries. At that time, there was actually another civilian nearby that got caught in the flames, and he went down as well. So at that point, there was myself, this other civilian, whose name slips
Why
my
is he
mind,
explaining this like you told him to
couldn't
walk into
remember if
fire?
Questioned,
I don't
and
know.
the two officers.
What the fuck?
After Captain Slack showed up
Flop.
and an ambulance,
That's the civilian he's talking about.
myself and this
Told the
I managed
paramedics that
to
he's
put
fine.
into the
He could
back
just
of
be
the
picked up right
ambulance,
then and
two
there.
Police officers were put into, from my memory,
What?
Captain Slack's car.
Okay.
And at that point, we were all transported to the hospital. During the ride,
This is crazy.
I
did not want to go
still
to the
maintained
hospital.
consciousness, but the
That's how
intense
injured he
pain,
was.
and the kind of reality of the situation set in.
I'm flabbergasted.
Okay. And then you got loaded up into an ambulance.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where were you transported?
To the hospital, back entrance where the ambulances pull up, and then put in like the main floor of the hospital.
I know this isn't like the most exciting, but this is a very, 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 very important case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Did you
Flop had
witness
direct
anything of note
involvement
in the hospital.
Objection vague.
Sustained.
Right.
Rephrase, please.
Sure. In your time in the hospital, did you observe any conversations between the officers?
Yes, sir.
What did you see?
I couldn't, again at this point, I would say that my recollection is now, not as lucid, but the vivid imagery I do recall is the officers accompanied by Captain Slacks, standing, not at the foot of my bed, but off of the side, sidebarring, either discussing anything. I would assume, I'm unsure. The officers were just discussing amongst themselves whilst I was still being treated. The only real exchange that we had between them is at that point, I mentioned, once I was kind of morphined up, the burn cream had been applied. I mentioned to one of the officers that, I warned you that this would happen. And the response that I was given is that, you said it like 10 seconds before it did.
That's not what I said. I said 3 seconds.
Shortly after that, I was pulled up out of the bed, good enough to stand, Mirandaized, and taken to one of the, locked hospital rooms. And
the idea with this court case that I think really like kind of, I'm surprised it made it to trial. There was a glitch with the repair kits that they didn't repair vehicles for like a day. So they tried to repair the vehicle.
Have they told you any crimes that you had committed at that point?
No, sir.
No one was aware that these cars were going to explode. Right?
The medical report has you listed as, or the title of the report is listed as Karen on fire. Who treated you?
When I arrived at the hospital, I was visited by a doctor.
Damn.
Whose name, I'm going to be honest,
Damn.
the doctor, names, I couldn't give a name.
Damn, if the doctor's calling you a Karen.
Referred to himself as like, I'm the baller doctor. He wore like a purple hood, and like that was the description that I would give.
I'll email
But
it to
at that point in time, I really only remember the, like the more pressing matters. My imminent prosecution and the officers at my bed. The doctor was merely, we didn't have a discussion. He just treated me, and I caught like a passing comment.
Didn't
I'm
he
the
say
baller
like his
doctor, so I
mouth
couldn't
was
say.
sufficiently mobile or something?
I'm gonna step in here, Mr. May. Let's try and directly answer the questions that are being asked of you by your counsel. Let's try not to spiral into an espousing.
This is a
narrative
juicy
every
trial.
time
The
about
problem
everything
with the
else,
trial,
bro.
though, is that this was during a time when
keep the
stuff was
answers pointed,
happening.
please.
Yep.
No one knew that cars were going to explode. The reason we had the announcement about cars exploding
did you feel better?
was because of this situation. No one in the PD was aware of this. Not a single person.
Completely healed, $1 million.
So I'm surprised they made it to trial, but
moving.
Flop's going to be here in support, and I mean, he doesn't like this guy.
And how
based on
long
some
did it
comments
take
that he
you to
made
get
about the
back to
police
100%?
and lied about a lot.
I would say probably a week.
Okay. Um,
Mhm.
there are statements that you made claims that you were going to sue the police. Do you agree that that actually happened?
Yes, sir. I do.
Why did you make those statements that you were going to sue the police?
What about when?
As the car engine was on fire,
Oh, wow.
and
Full faith in
the officers
racism
were out.
for you. They're gonna tear this
admittedly,
guy a new
desperately trying to
asshole.
get me out. I was literally begging to be freed, and it was.
I'd love
said
to know the
in
when.
the heat of the moment, please get me out, ma'am. Please get me out. I'm gonna sue. Like I was trapped in the car, incredibly concerned of my imminent well-being.
Clover's gonna fucking have a heart attack.
I'm sorry.
Do you hold ill will against these officers?
No, sir. I do not hold ill will against the officers.
All right. Were you ultimately charged with any crimes in connection with your arrest and detainment?
Objection, relevance.
Take a rebuttal.
I'm just going through the course of events, Your Honor, and whether or not there was any charges that were eventually filed in the matter or not. Yeah, I guess I'll just wait your ruling.
I'm inclined to overrule here. The entire narrative has been spelled out that the individual was detained, placed into police custody, was brought to the hospital, was then remained in custody and brought to the cells at Mission Row PD at some point. I believe that is.
I think they win
relevant
this
to the
kid just
matter
on the
that has been
report
presented
title
by the,
alone.
plaintiff.
God,
Objections
I don't
be
know.
overruled.
2 first Wordles and I got him 4 rounds and I reached. Oh my God. Hold on.
You can go ahead and answer the question.
No, I was not charged for anything.
So you were released from MRPD, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I was released.
After you were released from custody, did you end up following up with a therapist?
Objection, facts not in evidence.
I'm asking for his account, which would introduce evidence. I'm not looking to submit a medical record, just his testimony.
The testimony would be weighed as such, Counselor Monroe. Testimony, not, and the evidentiary value would be determined based on what's been provided to this court.
Jesus
I'll
fuck.
allow an answer to the question, but I'll note that accordingly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, after the event, I did have meetings with Tanner Phillips, 3 in total. Unfortunately, though, he has been incredibly hard to come by in the city because he's been ill. So, yes, I have 3 times because that was the most I could possibly see him.
Okay. Could you explain
Doing Wordle
the
during
physical
trial.
impacts
Coach, don't worry about it,
that
okay?
you had as
Don't
a
worry
result of
about
your
it.
injuries?
Yep, I can do that. The injuries, right? They did take some time to heal. So overall, my body was not, I was tending to the wounds daily. After, the second day, waking up, I was about to go, able to go about my day fine. But those lingering injuries were there. They posed like hassle and inconvenience.
Listen, also, Coach, your name looks so familiar. I'm trying to figure out why. But maybe. Yo, Hellcaster, thank you so much for the 10 months. Hi, Chris. Hope you're doing good. How many meetings today? We had a big interrogation. We interrogated Captain Slacks today, which was big.
Injuries?
Yes, sir. I wouldn't claim that I have been, wallowing and afraid and unable to move or do anything. I think that,
unless you've played
I'm
VR
up and I
chat.
can
No
move forward,
shit.
But the thing that I would say that has scarred me mentally the most is just a complete
I probably know
lack
you
of
from
trust
VR chat.
and the inability to put my faith and trust in my well-being in the hands of near
For the
anyone in
record,
city,
just so
after that day,
just so we're clear.
especially the police department.
Would it have been around that time?
That was my first interaction with the PD in my time in the city. and it set an uncomfortable precedent for my entire future, you know, up until now.
Maybe. Your name is very familiar.
All right. Oh, one final question. Is it your intention to see these officers fired?
No, that is not my intention at all. I have no intention for anything like that at all.
No further questions at this time, Your Honor.
2020. I'm trying to think if you would know. Do you play?
Floor is open for cross-examination.
Neon Divide?
Thank you, Your Honor. Hello, Mr. Manx.
Hello, ma'am.
Let me get my notes
No.
here really quick.
Okay. Oh wait, no, that wouldn't be correct. Oh, that actually does help though. Okay, I forgot the A. This does help. Wait.
You stated in your direct test.
Gracio.
Oh, sorry. Wait, I thought I was yelling. Am I not yelling?
You
You are.
now, you're good.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks. You stated in your.
I was like, I know your voice. I did play
testimony
VR chat for a little bit. I don't know.
The reason for the traffic stop was a speeding violation. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there any other reason that you
How
were
else
pulled
would I
over,
know you?
or
I
your
know
friend
you.
Who was driving?
I
was
don't know
pulled
why
over?
I know you, but I know
That's
you.
Your Honor, speculation.
Okay, I'll rephrase. Withdrawn. I'll rephrase.
Okay.
Did the officers conducting the traffic stop say any other reason why your friend was pulled over?
Not initially, no. At the time, it was like an ordinary traffic stop, I would assume.
Sure, I think so. I mean, how often do you play VR chat? I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, Coach. I could
The
be
officer that
spitballing,
pulled
but
you over,
I don't
do
know.
you recall who that was?
On the record prior, I believe that would be a Rhodes. I don't know their first name or their rank or anything like that, but a Rhodes.
No problem. No problem.
Every now and then.
Did
Okay.
Officer Rhodes say anything about why you and Mr. Mao were being detained?
Unfortunately, ma'am.
I asked the answer. I already covered this. Why they were pulled over.
I'm asking why they were
No, that's
detained.
different.
That's not the same as being pulled over.
I'll withdraw the objection. Carry on. Sorry, misheard.
Thank you. You may go ahead and answer.
Once he was up at our window, and engines down, windows, engine off, windows down, he made it clear that allegedly the vehicle was stolen. Shortly after that point, we were asked if we would like to step out of the vehicle, which is my assumption is when we were being detained.
At this point, I'm just trying to find words
Not
to find out where
in
this
custody,
is
but detained.
placed.
So after we'd been stopped, he had detained us on the suspicion that the vehicle was in fact stolen.
Oh shit.
All right. But you were never officially told why you were detained at that time?
What's the coach you know is Australian? I don't know.
The discussion was, I think this is a stolen vehicle, something along those lines.
I know
which
NoPixel
we
had a big,
complied,
like, there used to be weekend parties during
willingly to
COVID, but I don't know if
accept being
that would have had any.
because,
I mean, I don't know.
From my perspective,
I don't know why your name is so
I had no
familiar. I could be
idea
wrong,
of
but
any stolen vehicle, and I'm assuming from Alex's perspective, he either agreed or, I can't assume someone else's thoughts. We accepted being detained on the grounds that the vehicle was allegedly stolen to talk with the officer and see how the situation was going to pan out.
I'm going to strike anything speculatory pertaining to Mr. Mao.
it could be.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Absolutely could be.
Mao wouldn't have run on
You
just that.
stated in your testimony that based on your appearance, the other vehicles, aside from the one you were transported in, appeared fine. How did you determine that they were in fine condition?
I mean, from, glancing obvious visual cues, no exterior damage on any of the exterior body parts, no shattered windows or dents or bumps. As a striking contrast to a car that's banged up with a smoking engine and a hood that's not sealed properly.
All right.
I don't know.
You stated in your testimony that
Chad, how we
when
doing
you were placed in
today?
the car, you
I'm.
mentioned that the car was in bad repair. Is that accurate?
I don't know what the fuck.
I mentioned that I felt that the car was unsafe and that we potentially needed to
Want a
pull
hint?
over
No, I'm
and
good.
remedy that in some way.
I don't
Yes.
get it today. It's okay. This is a hard word.
Do you recall what the officers said in response to your concern?
It would be something along the lines of like a joking response, like, oh, we'll drive slow.
Rhubarb
we'll be
isn't a
careful.
word?
I couldn't say like verbatim, I remember, but in my memory, it would be something to those lines. Yes.
Oh, it's rhubarb.
This guy, I swear.
You stated in your testimony that the
I'm gonna listen to
second
this trial
time
real
you
quick.
expressed concern about the car, you said you thought it might explode.
Here's
Is
a good
that
move.
accurate?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. The second time, now the car was in motion, right? Like highway speeds. I expressed, strong-willed concerns. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a passing statement to bring their awareness. It was, I very much think this vehicle is going to catch fire, and explode. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, yes, at that point, yes.
You stated that you'd never set foot in a mechanic shop previously. How did you know that the vehicle would explode?
I can't say for certain that I knew that it would explode.
Okay.
I hadn't stepped foot in a mechanic shop until that point. I'd worked tow and done some real rudimentary repairs on cars and my tow truck in the past with a basic tool set, but I was merely suggesting that I was feeling unsafe and I felt like it could explode. That's how it felt to me. And
That's a good word. That's a hard one.
Ma'am.
But you specifically recall mentioning that it might explode.
Yes, ma'am. If I can just elaborate just a tiny bit.
No, that's all right. Thank you.
Fair enough, ma'am.
Something to say, Mr. Monroe?
Yeah, objection, Your Honor. Is her last question being withdrawn? What was that? I'm not clear.
Well, he answered the question and then he asked if he could elaborate, and I declined that question.
That's well within the ability on cross, Mr. Monroe.
Sure.
As the witness is inherently hostile. He answered yes. She's electing to move on.
I'm in the upstairs
If
courthouse.
you'd like to address it on redirect, that's up to you.
Yeah, that's fine, Your Honor. No problem.
Look at everybody on their phones.
Thank you.
Well done. That was hard. That was a difficult one. I mean, hey, fuck. I'll take it.
It was mentioned in your direct testimony that you said you would sue the PD. Did you make any similar statements after you were removed from the vehicle?
I believe it was mentioned, yeah. Probably after exiting the vehicle, prior to being put in the ambulance. And then I believe I mentioned it again in the hospital when
Bingo!
I told the officers, like I warned you. And they said, well, too late. And then I said, well, I feel like we're going to have to go to court. Something along those lines. But yes.
This is like the worst witness you could ever ask for.
All right. You just said that you mentioned you would have to take them to court, yet during direct testimony, you said you had no intention of trying to get the police fired or suing them. What changed your mind?
Objection, Your Honor. It misstates testimony.
The final question that was asked on direct was, is it your intention to see these officers fired? The answer was no. I don't recall that there was any line of questioning saying, did you intend to sue specifically?
In his
So I'm
previous
going to
question, didn't he
sustain
ask
the plaintiff's objection? I think this
or
can be
state that
rephrased, though. So-
originally it was?
Okay.
Or
Um,
am I misremembering?
all right.
I'm
You
not
stated
sure.
in your direct testimony
Well, they opened the scope
that
to the
you
question,
had no
assuming
intention
the
of
plaintiffs
seeing
did.
the officers
Yeah.
fired. Yet, what are you hoping to accomplish here today?
Oh,
I stated that I
Gee.
have no intention on seeing the
What the
officers
fuck?
fired, and I stand by that.
nice. What the fuck did
what
you
I'm
just do?
trying to do here
What the
today
fuck?
Is
Did everyone feel that, or was that just me?
what I'm
Yeah.
trying to do
Okay.
here today is press charges on. Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
What the fuck?
Okay.
There we go.
Uh,
That was sort of, I think that was my motorcycle.
I'll go deal with Your Honor. Don't you worry.
I got it.
Wrong with Slacks.
Cap, did you feel that as badly as I did?
Oh, that was the worst migraine of my entire life.
I just want to make sure that was just me. Wasn't
I
just
thought to
me.
myself, oh boy, not again.
I was in that courtroom. I'm like, damn, I'm about to miss half this trial. Howdy, which way did the explosion come from?
Oh, you know.
This way, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I hear it.
I hear it too.
Oh my goodness. How did it make on top of the Davis PD?
What the fuck? I didn't even see that until you said it.
Ah!
Ugh.
Fire extinguisher?
No, I don't.
I'll go grab one. I got mine in my car.
Okay, okay. You know what's really encompassing about this is that it landed on a sheriff's department building, which I just feel like holds so much weight to just... There's a lot of cliche assumptions to be made here based on this image alone. Oh, I didn't see you. I just threw one for you. I'm gonna go back inside.
Sounds good. I'll be back in there. I'm just gonna
Okay.
put the fire out real quick.
Thank you, Cap.
Help me, man.
All right, let's go back to the trial. Oh my god, a dog. Oh my god, hi dog. You're so goddamn cute. Hello. Oh my god. Hi, puppy. Oh my god. You're so fucking cute. Jesus Christ.
Sorry about that, but I mean,
Still
gee,
disagree.
shit.
You guys good?
Yeah.
Flop, it was horrible.
What happened?
Across
We're checking
the
out
street.
yeah, we're checking out the blown up vehicle.
Oh, we found it. It was a delivery truck blew up on top of the
Yeah.
abandoned sheriff's department.
Oh well, we found one blown up on with a train.
Oh,
The,
Jesus.
tracks behind as
Might have
well.
been a
So
double
that might have been the
explosion.
two. Yeah. It was-
Interesting. Okay.
Please let me know when you have that.
Yeah, I've got the report and I've read over it briefly. Yeah.
Okay.
What'd I miss?
Your Honor, would you be willing
just
to
looking up
read
the
into
medical
the
report.
record the list of injuries and ailments?
Correct. Pursuant to plaintiff's act,
Cheers, Chad.
the list of injuries and ailments reads as follows: "Quote:
I'm not a
First
big,
degree burns, explosion debris."
All right. Thank you.
I'm not a big beer person, but I do love a good stout every once in a while. And I found one that I actually like.
Do you know the difference between first and second degree burns?
I'm not sure what the medical legal description is, but I assume it's on severity and like the depth of the burn. You know, how many layers of skin permeated. That's my assumption.
All right. Does it surprise you to learn that you only had first degree burns? Per the doctor.
Yes.
And
Huh?
did the doctor not discuss your injuries with you
Did you think
during
that first
treatment?
degree burns were the worst?
No, ma'am.
Old Rasputin. Let's take a look. Let's see.
What did you discuss with the doctor then?
No, I have not. What is this? And why is
During
there
the
so much
treatment.
fucking money? What is this?
Nothing. I was really not in a state to talk. The doctor treated me silently
Says that he was
and
very
then left,
mobile.
and then I was escorted into an interrogation locked room.
All right. Your Honor, will
Lucy.
you please
This looks
Conscious and his
good.
lips were proven to be
the,
mobile.
second and third sentences of
It's
the
that
debrief,
good?
please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
The one I'm having now is
Sentence to the
from
debrief
Founders.
reads,
It's called the
patient was
Dirty
very
Bastard.
conscious and his lips were proven to be mobile. Sentence 3 reads, Dr. Belair addressed the wounds silently as the patient exercised his throat and rights.
What?
Damn.
So, do you recall speaking during treatment?
Yes, ma'am.
But it's very
And
filling,
do you
is
recall
it?
what you said during treatment?
That's perjury right there.
I have been up on the stage and spoken about what I have said prior. Yes.
Could you indulge me and repeat that, please?
I potentially might miss something that's been entered into the record, but the discussions were, with the officers, discussions of the fact that I warned them that this would happen while they were standing above my bed as I was being treated, and their dismissal saying that it wasn't soon enough, and that I was now ready to be interrogated, and I was going to MRPD. Discussions along those lines.
All right.
Hello.
What's your shebang?
Here, we'll step away from everyone. Here, come here.
You mentioned that you were.
The long and short is that suspects, the suspect, I'm shocked this man is at court. TLDR. Those officers, Clover and Desmond, transported a suspect in a smoking vehicle. They attempted to repair the vehicle. Our repair kits didn't have all the tools necessary that day, where vehicles were not being repaired properly. This guy gets put into the vehicle. I was on scene. I stated, stay with the suspect who didn't resist, because we were going to be pushing constructive possession. Myself and not dad, we're going to be pushing constructive possession. There was like 100 bags of marijuana in the glove.
Oh my God.
So we held him for detainment to find out who was going to take ownership of what was there. We eventually apprehended the suspect, brought him in. The car did blow up. He's claiming that the car...
You blow up with him in it?
Yeah, with him in it. He claimed that he told the officers.
God.
Yet this guy claims on the stand he went in his head, and when he came to, warned the officers about 4 seconds prior that the car was going to explode. While laying on the ground, all he did was celebrate and laugh and state, while in a burning explosion, oh my God, I can't wait to take your job. I can't wait to sue you. I can't wait to sue the police department. I'm going to make shitloads of money from this.
What a fuck up, man.
So now he's on the stand and he's lied 3 times. This guy is the worst witness, but it's a good one. It's a doozy. I've already told the officers they're not in trouble with us. None of us were aware, and there's nothing in our SOP stating that your car needs to be in perfect condition to transport a suspect. I pulled them off the chase because of their car's condition, because I figured a smoking vehicle would have been safer to transport a detained suspect than having them in a fast pursuit. So,
I mean, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, this is a good one, though.
Okay.
Feel free to step in. It's good.
Okay.
It's good. It's
The
great.
objection is going to be overruled. You may answer the question, Mr. May.
Could it be repeated, please?
Sure. Actually, Your Honor, I didn't have that question written down. That was kind of on the fly. Would you be able to read that back to the witness, please?
So the prior question was, why did you expect to be released from police custody? The answer was at that point, and at all points throughout, I felt that I had done no crime, no malice, and I had done nothing but be helpful and obedient to the officer.
No, he was let go because the other guy took ownership.
You then asked, so you feel that what you did is more important than the officers conducting their investigation? Was the question you had on the table.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I believe it's in the report. I think it's actually in my
I
statement,
didn't
if I recall.
feel like I was any more
Yeah.
or less important than anything happening.
Do you have the
I
report number
felt
for
and
this?
Still feel
Actually,
like
I just pulled the docket posting.
my reason for being detained was groundless. I had no reason to be detained.
It was 1221. Okay.
Yep.
Originally when placed in detention, I was assuming that it was going to be I was getting a ride back. Once the cuffs were on, I realized that wasn't the case.
What's that?
But
It says 1938, but it says it was promoted from 1221.
I just felt like I had done nothing wrong.
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
I did nothing wrong, and I don't think anything was done wrong.
Oh damn! I put in a fucking statement. Damn. Let me read
Thank you
this.
for that answer. You stated that Mr. Mao, upon hearing he was to be detained, took off in the vehicle. Is that correct?
No, I stated that.
On irrelevant.
Just trying to get to the understanding
you email
of
me the docket posting
what
for this?
detainment means and why someone would be detained, etc.
There you go. Somebody who's not inherently part of this civil matter has no bearings on the matter. I don't understand why this question is relevant. It's already been discussed that this person fled the scene.
I've emailed you the docket posting if you want to kind of read up on it, if you're interested.
Okay. Thank you.
I will say that this has been addressed on direct, where when the witness gave his recollection of what happened, it was clarified that his friend is Alex Mao, and then the direct question afterwards is that he got in the car and sped away. The answer was yes. That has been read into the record and stated on direct. If you'd like to expand on that, Ms. Daniels, I'm going to allow it. The objection is going to be overruled, although I will note that Mr. Mao's actions are not what we're here to consider today.
Understood, and thank you for the leeway, Your Honor. I do hope to make this clear in the next question or two.
Thank you.
All right. I'm sorry. Did I get an answer from you, Mr. Manx?
Yeah. My answer was no. Alex Mao did not flee once we were being detained, because under my assumption, when we were asked to step out of the vehicle on the side of the road, that was us being placed in detention. After that, the officer entered the vehicle while we were on the sidewalk.
I don't know.
And then
makes an oatmeal stout that is friggin' insane
and said
too.
That now we were under arrest.
At
that point,
in Cassie,
Alex Mao jumped the hood, started a police chase, and I remained behind on the scene with Captain Rhodes. With Rhodes, and then the two officers after, who I was placed in the care of.
Okay.
Yeah,
Apologies
this looks
for
good.
the misstatement of detention versus arrest.
Damn, ABV 7%. Woo! What is the one I have? I know it's up in the sevens, but I don't know how far up.
All right. We can agree though that that he did leave the scene in that vehicle. So my question is.
Oh damn! This is 8.5.
Do you know how long the police chase lasted?
I was wrong.
For your friend.
I'm aware.
I asked if he's aware. If he's not aware, he can tell us that he's not aware, but it's not speculation.
It's not inherently speculation. I do question its relevance at this point.
I would also object on relevance, but my argument, Your Honor, if you'd hear it on speculation, is even if he had any knowledge of how long the police chase lasted, it wouldn't be direct knowledge. It would be knowledge heard from somebody else. There's no way for him to possibly know how long a chase that he wasn't present in lasted.
I also highlight.
What was the question that was
You know, people's
objected to?
perception of time in this town is
If he was aware how long the pursuit lasted afterwards.
Answer this question all the
I
time.
mean, I guess a rebuttal
But
question is
nevertheless,
how
I
long
do
was he
think
held
that
in
the
custody?
Pursuit of Mr. Mao is particularly irrelevant to this matter. Once that began, he was separate from the incident that has brought us to this courtroom here today. I don't really see any point in expanding.
It
further into
wasn't
that vein.
irrelevant up
Objections have been
until
sustained on
his
relevant.
friend or the driver
Yeah,
claimed
sure.
ownership of the possession.
Mm-hmm.
So he was inherently involved up until he took ownership.
Yeah.
As constructive possession would have placed him
Sorry, just a second.
guilty
Let me,
or at least
review my questions
aware
if
of the
I have
crime.
anything else.
Mm-hmm. That was certainly our understanding.
I don't have any more questions, but let me check with counsel.
I think we're good personally. I mean, he's kind of given us enough that we can expound upon with other witnesses.
Right, he's so all over the place. That's why I didn't object to narrative. He was digging himself a hole.
Yeah.
All right, officers, do you have any additional questions you'd like us to ask?
I don't know if there's any way you can tie this in. The only thing,
He's digging a hole.
yeah, he's digging a hole. I think something just noteworthy is the fact that whether he's aware of it or not, he was held for constructive possession. And the only reason he was let go, the time frame of him being held, was up until the driver, the original driver that fled the scene,
Pled guilty to everything.
yeah, he essentially took ownership. So if you want to form a question around that, feel free, but I don't think there's anything further.
Well, he says he doesn't know why they were being held.
Mm-hmm.
He says he doesn't know why he was being held, so I can't drag that in, unfortunately.
That's fine. I mean, if you wanted to get a time frame, you could ask him how long was he in custody with the police. If you wanted to ask that instead of asking him how long did the chase go on, because once the chase ended and we had him in custody, there was that. If you think that that's prudent to the case, so
Sure, I can ask that.
okay.
Thank you for your patience, Mr. Ming.
Turn around.
I don't think Captain Turner's around today.
I was thanking you for your patience, and I just have one
Captain
final
Slacks is to your left, though.
question.
You want to say hi to him?
Oh, yeah, should be my interview.
Yeah, you can ask him.
Flops, that would be a
He's
question.
not gonna
How long were you
What's that?
detained by the police
That would be a
during
question
this
that you could
entire
say
incident?
to Troy later that you said.
From
Yeah,
stepping
yeah,
out of
true.
the vehicle until
That's a
I
good call.
walked out of MRPD, the ballpark of 4 to 5 hours.
I didn't catch your name. I'm sorry.
Roman Atlas.
What?
Roman. Okay.
I'm sorry, 45 hours?
4 to 5 hours.
What?
4 to 5
What?
hours.
Yeah, somewhere between there, yeah.
4 to 5
What?
hours.
We weren't even on shift for that long.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna enter a point of order from the bench here. Is that Los Santos time, sir?
No, that would be,
What?
the ordinary.
Man, it felt like 4 to 5. The
4
fuck?
to 5 hours.
We weren't even on shift that
Bitch, I
long.
was on duty for 3. I'm sorry.
We weren't
Thank you, Mr.
Professionalism,
Mintz.
professionalism.
No further questions.
Just so you're aware, this man was in custody for less than 45 minutes.
No,
Oh, I believe you. I was there when he got released afterwards, Xavier.
I am flabbergasted.
Hey, let him talk.
Let him cook.
Kind of put us in a good spot without meaning to.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Manx,
He's delusional.
let's see here. So she asked you about how long you were in custody for, and you mentioned 4 to 5 hours. Are you certain about that time?
No. That time is how it felt. I would say that
What?
if I had to give like a really broad ballpark, it was no
Let's behave.
less. And I
Let's
would
be
say this,
respectful.
Like, on record,
Yes,
it
sir.
was no less than 3 hours.
I'm reeled in, Clover. Reel it
Reeling
in.
it.
Out of the
Reeling
car
it.
to the time that I was uncuffed.
I'm gonna
and
shit
walked
my
out.
pants, but reeling it.
Just
I'm
to
already
that,
in
I would like make a tiny addendum, like 3 to 5. I couldn't say exactly.
3 to 5
I'm not even
hours.
sure if that specification matters.
That doesn't
Did
help.
you have your phone on you during your
No,
detention?
sir.
Objection relevance?
You're not chatting.
Objection relevance.
Question's already been answered.
He
True.
has
I'll
already answered at
withdraw.
this point.
I'll withdraw.
Do
I did
take a
say it
moment and
before,
allow.
but I whispered. My
Yeah,
apologies.
that's my apology. I will wait in the future.
Take a moment to allow for any objections to be entered. Just thank you. Go ahead and continue, Mr.
So the only way you would have been able to keep track is in your head.
And like checking the time once I did get my phone back after leaving him up PD. You know, the time stuck out because it was, you know.
Okay, well
I have
that's
my things
borderline
back, and I was in
perjury.
there for 3 whole hours. 4
Yeah.
Did he
hours.
check his
He's done
phone
it
before?
twice.
Again, the time I'm not 100% concrete on.
Yeah, can you tell us exactly what time this happened?
And was there any
You should
reason
talk to him.
given
Just
for
say
your
hi. Just ask him how he's
extended,
doing.
time in custody?
Objection asked and
You got
answered.
much freedom.
No, it's okay. Just be like, hey, how you doing?
Your Honor.
No,
without
no,
doubt,
I've
it
still
is,
got time.
it's
Tony's still
been,
got like
stated in previous court
half an
cases
hour
that,
to give me an
ask and
answer.
answer can
Yeah.
apply to
Yeah.
anyone,
Yeah, fine.
either side of the
He'll
aisle
make
who
it.
has asked the question, not just per side. That's what I'm going with. We asked him multiple times if he knew why he was detained.
That's not the same as my question, Your Honor.
Can you repeat the question for me, Counselor?
My question was, do you know why you were in custody for as long as you were?
So you're asking why it took that long versus what is the purpose of your detention?
Yes, Your Honor. Seeing if he has the answer.
I'll withdraw.
Okay.
Y'all heard that, right?
Rule, but only
Yep.
answer based on that ground, Mr. Banks.
I am aware and can elaborate, yes, on why I believe I was detained for that long.
Why you believe or why you know?
Why I know.
Okay, go ahead.
I was detained.
Shit. Let's go.
Alleyway. Continuing eastbound. You're gonna be shirtless, dark-skinned individuals. Stand by.
Your Honor, can I break up to that?
I think we have 2 suspects down. Were there any more suspects?
The third one inside, but I didn't witness him hit anybody with a wrench. I'm gonna go.
Captain, I'm lost in this building.
Come this way.
Affirm.
Status 13 Alpha.
We have multiple suspects down. We need help at hospital.
Is it code 4 for EMS? Because we got out of there.
There's one more.
Okay, but there,
But if you're in court,
I will,
you're
Dad.
probably fine.
Not Dad. Father figure.
Tree 76. What's the active?
So if it's the same suspects from the hostage situation earlier, he's running over to the electronics store. I can see him. He's in the parking lot now.
Affirm.
I did not witness him hit officers with a wrench. So
I also did not see that. The 2 suspects that were subdued are the ones that I saw were aggressive.
You have a vehicle?
I do. The left.
He is claiming right now, I didn't take any part in that. I just got out of jail.
Just if you didn't, I didn't see him.
There's parking over here? Oh my god, I really gotta get my own fucking car. Holy shit. Jesus, that alone is just worth it.
I had to shoot down one of the suspects. He came swinging with a.
Affirm. Suspect was the one I witnessed attack the other officers, so you're okay.
Hey, it's gonna be cops on duty for shift 3. That's
I
fine,
know,
so
this is great. This is good.
Car is on scene at the hospital.
Which guy?
Does that not match the description?
That, has fled in front of the electronics thing. Claiming he had no part in it, but his car is on scene. Is that where the alphas took place?
Affirm. Is it the black club? Because the other suspect got inside the black club where, so it's.
What vehicle is it?
Affirm, ballista.
Oh, it was my ballista. Ballista compact, the Renault.
10-9 the car?
A black ballista. Ask him what his vehicle is.
Hold on. Verification. A black ballista or a black club?
A ballista.
This guy's gonna be detained.
Okay.
He just said he's looking for a black ballista.
The ballista has the DQ GHC as a license plate, or at least part of the license plate.
Affirm. That is the license plate of the vehicle.
Okay, that's his rental vehicle.
Affirm. The one of the suspects got into the driver's seat and started driving it away.
How many officers do we have down so
I think 2. I just got back on radio. Are we dealing with shots fired or a stabbing or something of that sort?
No. Wrench doesn't matter. It's cool for the moment.
Affirm.
So they try to get. Hold on, just quiet. They try to get inside of that black ballista that he's claiming was not used.
Affirm. One of the suspects who was subdued took the ballista and started driving it was subdued inside the vehicle.
How is that not? What is Cornwood wearing?
Daniel Martinez.
I have no idea.
All right, 10-4.
Question.
That thing's getting impounded.
Is the relevancy of if it was shots fired or not? I feel like that's important. If I should know if I'm dealing with a gun or not.
I mean,
I don't know what McNulty's saying.
I think they're trying to communicate with him and Alice, and they're not really thinking about giving us the perspective on what's going on, so we can know how serious it is.
Yeah.
They get cleared and
Please.
we can take them inside.
No fucking touch
me,
goddamn.
Yeah, it was just.
Hey, cuz shot me for no reason, cuz on the
back
damn
around.
one.
126, be advised there's only one doctor on duty at the moment, apparently, so it might...
Pull your motherfucking shit out, cuz.
Wait, shot me for man.
All right, rolling.
Sorry, I was just checking for bags.
No, you're good.
Oh, hey, Flop.
I'm gonna ask you to get out of here. There is an active going on here right now.
Okay. All right.
If you guys don't mind waiting, I would appreciate it.
No, you're chilling. I was
Where's
already
your dump truck
getting
at?
the bags anyway. It's at the front.
Okay.
I was just checking in where the fucking what's
All
the name
good.
workers all throw their shit.
No, you're good. I'll follow you over.
Oh, I can't even go back through there. Damn.
I'm gonna have you wrap around this way. Active scene's right there. We'll wrap all the way around over
shit.
here.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Whichever way.
This way's fine. I didn't even see the guy on the ground. I'll be real.
You're good.
If you want to
How's your day
stabilize
been?
them before they see the doctor.
You know, it's
They're
good.
just
It's been a shit show. I'll tell you that much.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's all good.
I think I saw you guys chasing someone earlier. Yeah, fucking had news reporters.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Always. Yeah, I'm just gonna ask if you have other pickups here. Just
No, you're good. We were just honestly waiting for our partner.
Yeah, no, you're
he was
fine.
bleeding, so I was cleaning up the hospital.
Gotcha. Go and just clear out for now, and when we're out clear, you'll be good to come back.
Yeah, you're chilling. All right, have a good one, Flop.
You as well.
Sir, is cut equals cousin?
What happened, Clayton? Is that?
That's loud.
113, is there a report?
You want to give a statement? You guys want a statement?
Cora, what the fuck happened here?
I was coming to court and then I responded to 78's call.
Oh. Yeah, court's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I need to represent LG.
Who's LG?
Lawyer gang.
Ooh.
It definitely doesn't
Wow,
help that they missed
okay.
at least 5 objections.
Incident report is up, number 3365.
What group is that? Is that Marabunta? Or is that the Aztecas? Or is that someone else?
Is 125 good to break off? Go back 10-7 to court.
Say 10-4, read penny units. Go ahead, Bob.
Affirm, thank you.
Affirm.
125, 10-7 off radio. It's cousin. All right. Woo!
Allegedly.
Hey, Cass.
Allegedly.
Wait, did I miss the court case?
No, it's in recess.
Oh.
We need to grab food
school's
and we're not
out.
allowed to bring it, so.
No, you're good. You're fine. I was gonna ask about verdict, but you guys do that first. Oh man.
Things are getting really hot in my barrio. Pues no sé.
Howdy.
The other day then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of an assessment.
All blur together nowadays.
Did you guys not testify?
Not yet. They haven't got to us yet.
It's just in recess, not deliberation, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just on a 5 or 10 minute break. I think we're up next, potentially.
I've never been more fucking baffled by a witness in my life. 4 to 5 hours.
That's insane. Like, I can't even, like, we were on shift for an hour before this happened. And we were only on shift for 3 hours. Like, not even 3.5 hours.
If he was held for an
When is he
hour, that's
getting 4
one
to
thing.
5? Yeah.
But
we couldn't do anything. We were waiting for the situation to be over. So he was, I'd say it was an hour.
Here's the reality.
But then they held you behind to like talk about suing us, remember? Like you were stuck in that thing for even longer. So he extended the period of time he was being held.
I mean, yeah. I mean that he did hold me to talk about the situation, which extended another 10 minutes. If he wants to talk about how long he was held in custody, that was on his fucking volition. He was not held for any longer than until his friend claimed ownership of the possession. At that point, he was let the fuck go. I'm shocked. I mean, I don't want to be rude to the witness, but
I know.
Man's delirious.
He's saying some very strange things and very strange things that aren't true, like in the slightest.
Well,
but I can't prove that, but
definitely I would definitely bring up some of the statements that were made while he was laying on the ground, some of that stuff when you get a chance. Because I think this will bring light to how painful and dangerous of a situation he was in and just how awful of a human being you are, apparently, according to fucking him. I don't know.
He even said that I should be grateful that I was stuck to him after the explosion.
Oh, definitely bring that up.
It was really weird. You know, because like, you know, I was trying to carry him out of the car, and when the explosion happened, like I was, you know, very close to him post-explosion, and he was like, "You should be counting your lucky stars. You're attached to me." I was like, "That's kind of weird, but you know."
Definitely, most definitely bring that up.
And all the bragging, and I remember I was telling him, "Sir, conserve your energy. You've been in an explosion." But
yeah, now's your chance to bring that up. Is that in your statement?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, even
well, not the creepy attached to me comment, but everything else is.
That's the time to do it. This guy, anything uncomfortable that was said to you,
we'll give it a couple.
I'm not your legal counsel, but I'm going to tell you that if you would like some advice from me, this man deserves all the honesty that he gave to you, regurgitated back out in court.
Yeah, I just have to do it in a non-narrative way, which is hard with, you know, AC/DC brain wanting to tell you every single detail possible. But
yep. Oh yeah.
I gotta be a little bit more.
I live it. I deal it. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is talk with counsel to kind of go from there.
Yep.
But yeah, I think I think the overall consensus is that this was this situation.
Officers
profiting
Field
off
and
something
Troy,
like-
are either of you aware of the status of Captain Slacks?
I am currently.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Flop.
Hey, yeah, I'm witness. Captain Slacks had to step away for a call that we got in of an officer in distress. It was called clear and safe. I believe he's still on scene to assist. I can try and get in contact with him unless you'd like to try and contact him via the state.
I'll give him a call.
Okay.
He is marked for recall by the defense's side, so I just want to be sure that he would be available.
We happened to be right next door to what was going on, so we just ran out as quick as we could, but simply.
Okay. All right. Understood. Thanks, Flop.
Yeah, not a problem. It's good to see you. Hope you've been well.
Yeah, good seeing you too.
I've seen you more in the last 2 days than I've seen you probably in the last month.
Yeah. I took some time to handle some matters back at home, so.
Good on you. Good to have you back.
Back to handle some things. So.
Oh yeah. No, definitely.
I don't know.
Good to see you, Norman.
3 to 5 hours.
Good to see you too, Mr.
What's up?
Tuna.
Slacks might take 3 to 5 hours.
I think.
Is it worth the perjury? Oh, is it worth it?
No, I mean I think it's good.
Is it worth the perjury? Oh my god.
Is it good to see me?
It's so tempting. Oh my god, Clover, please hold me back.
Have you talked to?
Don't do it.
It's
to
so
Mary?
tempting.
Why?
Well, one of the last times I saw her, she.
Oh, my ears.
Desmond, where the hell did you go?
Sorry, what'd you say, Flop?
Where'd you go?
Oh shit.
You were gone for like 3 to 5 hours.
Come again?
Said you were gone for like 3 to 5 hours. Where'd you go? Professionalism. Slap on the wrist. It won't happen again. I'm sorry.
Reel it in. Reel it in, Flop. Reel it in.
I called him a bitch, so.
Oh my god. Damn it, Desmond.
When did you what?
Well, I didn't say it directly. You know, it was kind of like to our little
yeah.
defense counsel here. I was like, bitch, I would not do it for 3 hours.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
We've since been informed that apparently the room does echo, and we probably should also reel it in.
No, it's fine. I mean, listen, as long as we're staying professional for the most part, that's all I care about. People shouldn't be overhearing our conversations, and
shouldn't. But
listen, I'm a witness. I'm speaking on behalf of a witness.
There they are.
I'm
Just as I was about to ask.
I'm
where
still
they
a fucker.
were, They returned.
Yeah, I'm 100% a fucker.
Yeah, I'm a fucker. I need to. I'm a reel it in myself.
Counsel for the defense, while you were out of the room, I
Don't
asked
be
for a
ashamed,
status
Flop. You just
check
like to fuck.
on the recalled witness, Captain Slacks. He's fine. He will be returning. He may not be available right away, but he will be back before this case's conclusion, so that you can recall him, so you are aware. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. With that, we're going to go and bring this back into session. The plaintiff just rested. Defense, you may present your case before the court.
Thank you, Your Honor. We would like to call our first witness, Patrick Tuna, to the stand.
Okay. Mr. Tuna, you may approach the witness stand. And Chief of Staff Thoroughbred, are you ready
to do my job?
To do your sworn bailiff
Please let
duties?
me know when you are ready to be sworn in. Feel free to stand if you cannot get yourself comfortable, etc., etc. Just let me know when you are ready to raise that left hand real high into the sky for me.
All right. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, raise your left hand. Do you swear and affirm that testimony we provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and pains and penalties of perjury, up to and including death? So help you, the pettiest of the gods, Matt. Period.
I do.
The witness has been sworn in, Your Honor.
Oh boy.
Defense, you may begin.
What's your honest take so
Thank you,
far?
Your Honor. Please state your name
As an
and
outside source.
occupation for the court.
Step outside. Yes, my name is Patrick Tuna, and I am a long-term mechanic. I've worked for the past 7 to 8 years as a mechanic, but most recently employed under Mosley.
In all honesty, I believe that I believe that they're gonna win, just simply for the fact that there's no QI. I feel like this should be a case that kind of sets up for a small amount of QI in the future. The discrepancies in his fucking statements is a fucking huge thing.
No, you're good.
Like, there's a lot of discrepancies there.
He remembers so many specific details, but he can't even remember how long he was in custody.
Yeah, and the misstatements of, oh, I had first and second degree burns, when the report clearly says first, and then he said he was in the intensive care unit when he actually walked.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
4 hours when he was only down there for what, 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah, he was probably in there for about 45 minutes. Maybe even an hour if I'm pushing it.
The two questions I kind of told Grace that I would have gone for slacks when crossed is, are there any having a little trouble with this word one moment.
Extenuating circumstance?
Circumstances, yes, where an individual would be transported in a vehicle that is not in the greatest of shape, i.e., the vehicle being chased by other available units at the time, and being told to return back